What up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome and welcome back to another live stream. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all so much for being here. Happy Saturday. So I'm back on this beautiful Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, you guys. Um, as you come into the building per usual, hit the thumbs up button. We got to make sure that we get the likes, you guys. So make sure you are hitting the like button. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. One in the chat if you can hear me perfectly fine. And we gonna jump right into this live stream. So of course I'm back with another opinion. I have my opinion on these topics, and that's what I'm going to be giving. To each his own. People don't have to agree with my opinion, but you definitely gotta respect it. All right, just like I respect your opinions and your differences, or whether you agree or not. We just gotta learn to respect each other's differences. So, and opinions are like buttholes. Everybody has one. I don't care. So it is what it is. These are my opinions, my thoughts, and my perspective. So I definitely want to hear from y'all. Make sure you chime in the chat. I definitely want to hear your thoughts. Also, as you come into the building, hit the like button, you guys. That is super, super important. Shout out to Future King. What's going on? Happy Saturday to you. I hope all is well. Jay Tillman in the building. Successful MD in the building. I am Alex. What's going on? Alex, Ryan Wedlow, I don't know how to pronounce that, but thank you so much for being here. Shout out to you. Pharaoh in the building. What's going on, Pharaoh? Lorenzo Redman, UFO Kamikaze 1. Hustle the Great. Fort Dimension, Ice Turner. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. Darius Coleman, Mr. Walker in the building. What's going on? Aim Major. I hope I'm saying that right. Richard Hampton, Divine Photos in the building. Manny E. What's going on? So thank y'all so much for being here. Make sure you guys are continuously supporting the channel, y'all. Also support by Super Chat or Cash App. Make sure you are supporting in that way. A little bit goes a long way, you guys. Also hit the like button. That definitely is a great way to support the channel, just by hitting the like button. That is free to do. Also share and like the videos or the streams if you can. And make sure you are hitting that notification bell so that you'll be notified when I go up live or post new content. And make sure you guys are watching the content on the channel itself. That definitely helps your girl out as well. All right. And sharing and liking those videos as well. So y'all see the title, Women Want Traditional Men, plus Melyssa Ford on why she's childless, while she's a childless cat lady. That's what she called herself, by the way, on her new podcast. She talks a bit about, her life and her past and whatnot. And I'm going to play a little bit of audio. I'm not going to do the video. I'm going to do the audio, a little bit of what she had to say. And then we're going to kind of chime in on that. And then I have a few extra clips I want to share with y'all as well, per usual. All right. So make sure you are chiming in, you guys. Hit the like button on your way in. Make sure the likes are good. And yeah, we're gonna, give our opinion on some things, right? So first things first, I want to get into the Melyssa Ford thing first. So I want to just pull up the audio of what she had, a little bit of what she had to say. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Melyssa Ford, she was sort of like a video vixen back in the day. That's how I remember her. She's kind of been outside for quite a while. She's, been out in these streets for a while. She's dated, multiple celebrities. She's been out there. You know what I mean? And she's kind of, in my opinion, in line with Superhead and a lot of these other women that have come from that era of, video vixen type. I think they've done, maybe, I don't know if they've done hosting before. I don't think I remember much hosting, but in that type of realm, lifestyle back in the day. So now they are older. Melyssa Ford is 48. So she's damn near 50 years old. And one common thing that I see with these women is they get older, and then they start giving all these justifications as to why they're single, or why they don't have children, or why they are not married. And they start to give these, what I call justifications as to why, they are in the space that they're in. And usually they try to make it seem like this is the most happiest thing in their lives, and this is all they ever wanted, and they never wanted kids, and they never wanted marriage. So it's like they try to kind of glorify where they are now that they're older and the options are few. This is a common theme. And, shout out to her. Listen, I don't know her personally. This is nothing personal, but it's just my opinion on what I see and what I've seen from a lot of these women who were younger, beautiful women who now have basically hit the wall. And now, instead of, a lot of them don't really acknowledge a lot of the things that they've been through and actually be real, in my opinion, about where they are now. They all have the same story. They're justifying what they've been through, and where they are now. And so that brings me to what she had to say. And I'm gonna just play what a little bit of what she had to say, and then I'm gonna give my thoughts on it. And I want you guys to chime in the chat as well. So let me know your thoughts on this. So I'm gonna just pull up the audio for copyright reasons, y'all. We're not playing. We gotta, because a lot of when you go against the hyena sisterhood, baby, they will try to come for you. So I'm gonna keep it on the safe side. We're gonna play the audio of this, just to kind of give you an idea of what she was saying, and then I'm going to definitely chime in. So make sure you guys are hitting the like button, share, hit the like button as you come into the building. All right. So here we go. So I'm gonna just go ahead and play a little bit of what she had to say. Hopefully you can hear it. Let me know if you can hear it. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear it.
Not faithful in this relationship. Nothing that I'm proud of, but I just chalk that up to I was really, really young and I was hood famous. I was on the covers of magazines, on your local newsstand. So everybody recognized me. And that was another source of pressure that I felt, being inside of this relationship rather than being free to explore all of my options. And so one day I was going through some drawers, folding laundry, placing clothes, in the drawers and such. And I found it. I found a box. And when I saw it, I said, please, God, don't let this be what I think it is. And I opened the box, and there it was. It was a ring, and the only thing that I could think was that it was an engagement ring. It sure as hell was not a promise ring. We were way beyond that. We were not in high school. I was not wearing this boy's varsity jacket. This was an engagement ring. And if I knew this man the way that I knew him, that proposal was going to be very public. And that terrified me. I didn't want to have to say no in front of our friends and family and publicly humiliate him.
Now, she's talking about a time in her life where this guy proposed to her. Now, from what she's saying, he probably was a famous guy. He was probably a guy who was really interested in her back when she was younger and really wanted to take a chance with her and really wanted to try to build a life with her. And this is not something that she wanted. And she, out the gate, said that she was not faithful to this guy. So this probably was a good dude who was willing to, who saw maybe potential in her and said, you know what, I love this woman. She is what I want, and I'm going to take a chance on her. But what we find out in all of the things that we find out in all of this is a lot of times when women say that they've been proposed with, because that's the only thing that they have to fan with at this point. The fact that they were proposed to, but never married. And then somehow I think a lot of these women think that it's a flex to say that they were proposed to and they turned it down, which is not a flex. It actually showcases why you're in the position that you're in now. And so I think that's important to point out. And so I think they think that that's a flex, but it's really not. And so she's basically talking about a guy, we don't know who the guy is, who proposed to her. She saw a ring and he was planning on proposing to her, but it didn't actually go down that way. But she actually probably wasn't that interested in him in the first place. She was with him, but not really with him for real. She was cheating on him by her words. She wasn't faithful. So this wasn't somebody you was taking seriously, right? And so what that does, it just shows you the nature of a lot of women. When women are in their prime, when women are young and in their best, in their prime, they are not looking to settle down because they believe and feel that they have options and they want to try to get the best option possible. Now, we're not even talking about kids. We're just talking about relationships and men. So a lot of these women who were very attractive and fit and all of those things in their younger years were out here playing the field. They didn't want to settle down. They didn't want that type of life. They thought that was too lame. That was too boring, right? And so you continue with that on and on and on until now she's damn near 50 years old and doesn't really have much to show for it in terms of family, stability, marriage, and kids, which a lot of women try to dismiss that as not being something to aspire to, that you don't want a family, you don't want to build a relationship with a man. And I just call cap on it. I think a lot of women use that because they haven't obtained it. It's something that they weren't able to get or either missed over opportunities that they could have had. And now they're just basically justifying why they're in this position that they're in and trying to make it seem like it's something they never wanted. But I just call cap on that. I think a lot of women want kids or kids, wanted husbands, wanted families. They just thought that they had time to do it. They thought that they had all the time in the world. They were young and they would find the man of their dreams and it would all just be what they want. And when it didn't happen, of course, you're going to justify it. Most women don't take accountability for their actions and the positions that they're in. So, of course, they're going to make it seem like the best thing ever. And that's what a lot of these women tend to do when they've gotten to this point in life. And honestly, in my opinion, a lot of these women, are claiming they're successful and they have careers and things of that nature. But that's not the only thing that makes you successful, in my opinion. And contrary to what a lot of women may think, you could be successful and still have a family. You could be financially stable with a husband and kids. You and your husband. See, that's the thing. I don't know what it is when it comes to a lot of Black women. They think you can either have one or the other, that you can't be successful financially with a husband and kids, that the only way to do it is you by yourself. And that's a strange way to think for some reason. I don't know why they think that way, but they think of success in terms of them being financially stable by themselves. But they don't think that, hey, you can be just as equally successful with a husband and kids. I don't understand it for the life of me, but this is how a lot of women think. And I think this is why they end up in these situations. Darius Coleman, thank you for the super chat, says, when you come to it and you can't go through it and you can't knock it down, you know what you found? The wall. None on earth can make it fall. Undefeated. You are absolutely right, Darius Coleman, and I completely understand your super chat because it's the truth. And a lot of women don't want to accept it, but it is what it is. You cannot go around it. Like you say, it's just what it is. And if you hear a lot of these women who have hit the wall, they all say the same thing. They all try to justify what their life was and try to make it seem like now they're so happy in this great place and they're just so happy with their choices and their outcomes. And I don't believe that is the case. It's just a front that they like to put up to make people think that they're so happy and everything is so great, when I honestly don't believe that. I really don't. Thank you, Darius, for the super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. Let's continue, y'all.
He did not deserve that. But I also could not see myself saying yes in front of everybody just to save face, and then later on have to break it to him like that this is not something that I was going to be able to go forward with. So what I did instead was I packed up all my belongings while he was out of town and put them in storage and flew back to Canada. And then I had the conversation about us breaking up over the phone. I know what you're probably thinking as well. Yo, Melyssa, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
I know. It took years for me to make peace with this decision. I have self-flagellated over this decision. I have beaten myself up every way to Sunday that you possibly can. I tried to reconcile with him at one point, which was a big mistake. That is the 0.5.
So that's just a little snippet of what she had to say. She has a podcast called Hot and Bothered with Melyssa Ford. Of course, it is on YouTube. You can check it out. That episode is called Childless Cat Lady. hot and bothered. So she talks a lot more about, her past relationships and things of that nature. And, she talks a lot about her past and her career and these things and why, she's in the place that she's in. And, basically saying she's at a place, and she said before that she never had the motherly instinct and she never really wanted to be a mother and things of that nature. And okay, even if that's the case, you don't want to be a mother. Did you ever want to be married? And see, my thing is this: I personally, and once again, this is my own opinion. It don't have to be true, or it's my opinion. I think a lot of these particular women who have been in these celebrity space, who have been what you would consider, 304s, in my opinion, these women were outside. They had, they've been involved with a lot of different men. And so when you are an attractive woman and you are, you put yourself in these environments and these surroundings, of course you're not thinking about settling down. Of course you're not thinking about marriage, because once again, you are out here trying to, get to the bag. You're trying to level up. You're trying to be around in these celebrity spaces. You're trying to gain something out of that environment. So that type of lifestyle would not be conducive to marriage and a family. It just would not be. They're trying to build their careers up or establish some type of career. So of course you're not looking to settle down with a man and have kids, because you're not going to be able to manage a family if you're out here trying to be a 304. 304 behavior and the family life is not conducive to each other. You can't go out here making babies and settle down with the man if you're trying to be outside and if you're trying to give that cooch to, Tom, Dick, Harry, Tracy and Morgan. You know what I'm saying? If you're really trying to be out here slinging that thing all over to try to level up in some way, babies are going to just get in the way. So if a lot of these women would really be honest with themselves, they would say, and that's just my thoughts on it. And this is the part where I call cap, and I think they're just fake. And of course, a lot of social media is fake. People creating these podcasts to try to reel people in, and people in the comments are just like, oh girl, I need this. And yes, because everybody is full of shit and everybody want to fake the funk and not be real about it. Because honestly, if you was going to be real, you would just say, yeah, I was slinging that cooch all around when I was young. I thought I had all these options and I just got messed over and I didn't really get the career that I wanted, but I got something out of it. I got a name for myself and here I am. Because everybody knows who she is. Well, for the most part, us who are a little older, we know who she is. Same thing with Superhead. We know where y'all come from. We know some things about you, and your name is not synonymous with high, big actress or a major celebrity with a big career. No, you're associated with being a 304. I'm just saying. So there's nothing great about your history and what's come out of it. And so when people hear these names, they don't attribute that to, success or anything like that. But in their minds, they think that they're so successful, or they believe that they are. And then they always come out with this fakery kind of message, like it's so great to have been a 304 and become a spinster, because that's what they used to call it back in the day, a spinster. You 48, damn near 50 years old, you're a spinster. You have no kids, you have no husband, never have. And the fact that you've been engaged or proposed to still does not matter. It doesn't matter. You've never been able to establish a relationship, a solid life with a man, even though you say you had the opportunities. So what does that say about you? It doesn't. And then once again, modern women like to say, well, that's not what I wanted. So you think it's a flex to come out and say that you wanted to be a hoe? Is that a flex? Is that what young women should aspire to be, hoes and, 304s with a career? Is that you supposed to be a hoe your whole 20s and 30s and 40s and then come out and get a podcast or, be on the radio or whatever, and that's a success story? Is that what you want to, that's the message you want to send to young women looking ahead? That this is what you should do? Play around. Throw that cooch to everybody out here that you can because you're beautiful and they want you sexually. And any man that may want to try to take you seriously, you don't want him. Oh, no, throw him to the side because you don't have time for that. You don't have time to be with a man who actually might want to love you and be with you and build something with, even if he has money, even if he's well established. Because the man that she was referring to, he had money. He wasn't broke. He could take care of her. He could give her a lifestyle that she may have wanted, but that was not good enough. So this is why I say it's a bunch of BS when you hear a lot of these women talking about, I want a man who could take care of me. Y'all have a lot of these women, the attractive ones now. The attractive ones had opportunities to be with a man who would marry them, who would take care of them, the whole nine, but they didn't want that man. Because to be honest, what you want to do is sling that cooch on everybody you can in the name of empowerment, and you was not thinking about settling down. This is really why a lot of women don't want to settle down when they're young, when they're in their prime, is because they want to be hoes. Let's just keep it honest, y'all. They want to be hoes. You want to be able to explore, because that's the word they like to use. You want to explore whoredomship. You want to explore going out and allowing these men to do whatever it is they want to do to you. That's what is important to you. And then when you get older, it's like now it's hard, it's always easy to be a hoe. You could still be a 40, 50-year-old hoe. I'm just saying, because some man gonna take it, you can give it to somebody. But when you get older, now you're tired, you're worn out, hit the wall. Now you want the same kind of guy you may have had an opportunity with years ago. Now you want that guy to double back, take you seriously, give you the world. Now that you're 50 years old, now you're old, hit the wall, and now you want him to double back or circle back and take you now? No, and it doesn't happen. So the only way that they can feel good about themselves, in my opinion, is to make it seem like being a hoe when you're young and then getting old, becoming an old cat lady with no kids, no husband, no nothing. But you got a career. You can take care of yourself, as most people have to do in the first place. So it's not a flex to say, oh, I can take care of myself. I make this amount of money. Who cares? Good for you. You can take care of you and your cats. Okay. That ain't nothing to flex. Everybody got to take care of themselves. So you being able to do that is not a flex, in my opinion. But what else do you have? See? And they like to say, oh, the idea that society and family tries to, assert their opinions on you and why you're not a mom and why you're not because that is what we're supposed to do. I don't give a damn what nobody say. As a woman, your job is to create a family, procreate, create some more people like you and men understand that, a lot of them, and they want families. They want a legacy. People talk about this generational wealth and all this, but they think they're going to get it by themselves. If you look over your life as a woman and all you have is a career, you don't have anybody to share it with. You don't have a husband, you don't have children. To me, that you look like a spinster. That's what that is. And I'm sorry, but there's too much focus on career, money, and not the things that really would build generational worth. And that is family, the family structure, a husband, a wife, and children. The things that make you most happy, in my opinion, is family. Everybody says it, but at the same time, they try to look over that because it's something that they don't want to do or they haven't been able to achieve. The very thing that will build the things that you want, a lot of these people are running away from. Because society has made these women think, oh, you need to be boss chicks and you need to focus on career. You need to do this and you do that. And then they're still unhappy. You're still going home crying to yourself and depressed and feeling lost and lonely because you don't have the very thing that would help fulfill your life. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what job you have, what career you have. The most fulfilling thing, in my opinion, is family. Being able to look over and see your kids grow. Being able to have a husband that loves you. A person that will sacrifice everything for you. A person that will love you to the end, who will do anything for you, who has your back and you has his. and building and raising your kids together and seeing them growing and sharing a life with the family. Look, going to work, you get tired of that. As we see educated women who have all these degrees are still not fulfilled. They're still not fulfilled. They still looking around saying, I'm tired of working. I don't want to do this. I want to have a life of leisure. I want to be able to sit back. You want to be able to spend time with your family, So I am not convinced that this idea of working to the end is so fulfilling and you just love working, and it's all about your career and that's all you have. You work and you go home, you work and you go home to yourself, and you're still out here with random men trying to establish some type of relationship at 50 years old. I'm sorry, I'm not convinced that that's the life. I'm not. And maybe for some, they're comfortable in that, and that's fine. And this wouldn't be for you. If it don't apply, let it fly. If you're happy being single and you're happy being by yourself to the end and not building relationships or building families and relationships with kids and husbands, then this is not for you. But I just personally don't think that all these women are out here just so happy and happy by themselves and you don't have nobody to share that with. I think it's a bunch of cap, a bunch of BS, and I think they're lying. And I think it's reckless, in my opinion, to try to push that out there to make young women think that this is the route that you should take. Realizing that, hey, you had options when you were younger, when you were your most attractive self, you knew you had options. That's why they didn't want to settle down. It doesn't mean that you didn't have the options then. You didn't want them because you felt you had options. Now, fast forward, you don't have as many options. And now you're trying to make it seem like you're doing it by choice when you know for a fact ain't nobody really checking for you like that. Because most men who don't have kids, most men want kids. Most men want to be with a woman that they can have children with and build a family. That's the whole point. So if you can't give a man kids and he doesn't have any, what's the point of him being with you at this point? It doesn't benefit him. You know what I'm saying? So this notion that all of this is just so great and so wonderful and I never want kids and I never want to be married, I don't want none of this. Nah, I think it's bullshit. And I think a lot of these women are just trying to justify that. And I don't know, I just see it differently. Manny E, thank you for the super chat, says, looks like, I guess trying to say, looks like she needed counseling. Thank you for the super chat, Manny E. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's just, it's just crazy. And if you notice, it's a lot of the old 304s who coming out trying to convince you that they're so happy. And once again, if you happy with being a 304 and being ran through and now you're a cat lady by yourself, then that's on you. I mean, but don't try to convince and sell this idea that this is what you wanted your life to be. And if that's what you wanted your life to be, then I feel sorry for you. I feel bad for you because I don't think that that's a good life to want. You wanted to be ran through and you wanted to end up an old cat lady by yourself. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. I really don't. And once again, if that's what you want, and that's what you thought your life would be, and that's what you set out for, okay, fine. I don't have a problem one way or another. I'm just giving my opinion. I don't think most people are planning to be hoes and then live their life as an old cat lady at the end. I don't think that's the plan. I don't think most women plan for that, right? Because if they did, they wouldn't be out here trying to get married or looking for men to commit to them and be, with them. They wouldn't be worried about men cheating. You wouldn't be worried about men out here doing any of this because you would be on a mission to just throw that coochie all over everybody and have a good time in the way you like to have a good time, and just be prepared to be an old cat lady. No, but they're not planning for that. Let's be honest. What's going on, Trey? What's going on? Hello, Miss Zita. I'm 56 years old. Do you remember video Vixen from the 80s, Vanessa D? I probably remember her if I see her, but I don't remember her name. Aunt, I don't remember her name, but there are a lot of them out here. But what happened with her? If you don't mind saying. Thought she was too good for men. Now she will be the next Vivica Fox. Yeah, and listen, I put her in the category of Vivica Fox, Lisa Ray, Superhead, and many others. Y'all have hit the wall, and now you don't have those options anymore. And instead of admitting that and acknowledging that and accepting that, they're out here trying to sell this fantasy that, oh my God, they wanted to be this. You wanted to be by yourself. You wanted to be a cat lady. You wanted to be in this position. I don't think that that's the case. They thought that they could get better than what was being offered at the time. And, they kept moving in that way until the options dried up. These men want the men that want stable relationships and family. These women did not want that. Truth, I don't trust no. I hope I'm saying your name. It says Superhead got married though. Yeah, well, she got married. Who she married to? Superhead got married and got divorced. It's a joke. Like they're not getting married for the right reasons. And there are women out here who want to get married. Somebody said, okay, I do, and then they said I don't. Like it's a big joke. They don't get married and stay married. Like she was probably married and still screwing other dudes. Like it is not for real. And the guy who married her, I don't know who was that. Was that the guy from the Urkel show? Was that him? I don't know if he married her. Did he marry her? Come on now. And what's going on with him? And I liked him in that show, but Darius McQuarrie, was it him? I mean, now isn't he fooling with trans people now? I mean, I don't know. Allegedly. But I'm saying those marriages are jokes. That's why they don't last. Anybody could say I do and then say I don't whenever you feel like it. They don't take it seriously. You know what I mean? And some of these women just want to be married, just say, oh, I've been married before, but it was a meaningless marriage. It wasn't a for real, legit situation. That's why it was over. So, it's just a lot of these women are in denial. And they're really trying to sell this idea that they're so happy being by themselves. I don't believe it. John Till, thank you so much for the super chat. Says they talk generational wealth and ignore values. They do. Thank you, John Till, for the super chat. They absolutely do. Alan Lavelle says, speak on it, Dee. Thank you so much, Alan. I appreciate you for the support. Yeah, it's just a bunch of bullshit. And see, I get it because look, I'm older, so I get it. But a lot of these young women think this is something to aspire to. They get it misconstrued. They think that, oh, see, I need to work hard and I need to level up and I need to do this. Then she's basically, then that means you need to be a hoe too, because that's how they all started out, going out here chasing this celebrity lifestyle in the mix with these people, getting ran through by this one and that one without any real stability. So you got to hold your way to a certain level to get a name for yourself. And now you just end up being a podcast on YouTube or, is that the aspirations that a lot of young women want to have? Is that what you really aspire to be? And so I just really wish, and I remember the Superhead, she changed her name. Why change your name? She tried to come on social media and YouTube and talk what she was saying, and nobody was really buying it. Nobody was really feeling it. They even made her cry on live. Like they really was not feeling what she was putting out because she was glamorizing that whole culture, that whole lifestyle, and telling women that they need to go through a bunch of men to get to I forget how she said it, but you should be out here going through men to see what you really want. I mean, I just thought that was reckless behavior for these older broads to still be in that mindset, still trying to convince young women that that's the route that they should take. These are not good influencers. These are not the people that you should be influenced by, in my opinion, if you really want something stable in life. Now, if you want to know how to be a hoe and you want to know how to get out there, then yeah, listen to them. But if you're trying to have something more in life, those are not the people that you should be listening to. I'm just saying that those are not the people you should be listening to. And I just wanted to put that out there. Neotech, thank you for the super chat, says, hallelujah, you're preaching. Blessing to you and the family. 304s will be 304s, unfortunately. Yes. And and that's just the way they think. Thank you, Neotech, for the super chat. I appreciate you. And I think it's reckless behavior to get on here and try to convince anybody otherwise, to try to tell people that this is the lifestyle and this is what I want and you should want it too without really saying it. But I never want to try to convince young women that, being a spinster is where it's at. You have all of your time. No, it's not where it's at. And I know that there are people out here who don't want to have kids, and I get it. But you don't have to go through the path that they've decided to take in order, just because you don't want kids. You can still be married. You might meet a guy who don't want kids. I think it's a small percentage, but you might meet a man who don't want kids with you and y'all just want to live y'all life together and do things together. If that's different, if both of y'all are on the same page but that ain't stopping you from getting married. marriage is like, they don't want it because they want to be hoes, and you can't be a hoe and be married too. So that's why the marriage doesn't happen. And when you're done hoeing, now you're left to your own devices. And the only thing you could talk about is, oh, I got money. Who gives a damn? What was your point of making money? So you can just take care of you by yourself? See, the whole overall arching point is for men to make money, men to be the providers, men to be the protectors for a reason. For who? Not just for themselves. The whole point of having a man in your life is to have that's a stable home so that you can build a family. That's the whole point. The whole point of men, wanting to provide and buy a house is for a family. He's not trying to buy a house just to put himself in it for the most part, because, this is the thing. Women are out here buying houses. Well, they got to do it now because they already got the kids. So you got kids, so now you need a place for all them kids. But the whole point of having stability is to have the balance of a man who's the protector and the provider, and a woman who's the nurturer and to nurture and raise the kids. Not just buying it just to say you could buy it. No, it's for a reason. All of this is for a reason. And when you go outside of that, when you go outside of the realm of what we were created to do and what the purpose we are here for, this is where you have chaos, and this is where you have a lot of foolishness happening. And yes, we are in modern times, so a lot of these people don't want to hear this, but it's the truth. This is why things are so bad and why it's out of order, and they don't know what to do with themselves. And the only thing you can talk about is, oh, I make money. Okay, everybody making money somehow. But you're making a lot of money to do what? Spend it on yourself and just be by yourself? It doesn't make any sense. Blue Exodus, thank you for the super chats. Tia Mowry, Ebony K, Tracy Ellis have a lot in common. Yes, they do. Yes, they do, Blue Exodus. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah. And Tracy Ross, Tracy Ellis, she's the same way. She's out here trying to justify the fact that why she don't have any kids and she never be married. It's not like she haven't been in relationships, though. You've been in a relationship with guys. So the idea of children never came up. Did you always think you didn't want kids? Because I think that's a bunch of BS. I think a lot of these women wanted kids. They just weren't able to find the man who wanted what they wanted at the time. And now that you're older, that ship has sailed. That ship has sailed. Now y'all late 40s, 50s, 60s. And that ship has sailed. So there's no one going back unless you go ahead and adopt a child or use a surrogate for somebody to have a child. And at this point, now you're a single mother because you can't find one man who wants to be committed to you and help you raise that child because your mentality is warped. What you see as success, you don't see a family and a husband as successful. And listen, I learned that a long time ago. Even in my family, like they didn't see being a housewife, which I was for 20 years, basically still is. They didn't see being a housewife at home, raising your kids as anything special. They didn't think that was a rewarding position. They didn't see that as being successful. I know because I was told that, oh, yo, you're just at home with the kid. What? And it's something that they didn't have and secretly wanted. So what happens when you can't have what you wanted and you see somebody else have with it? The first thing you're going to do is try to shame them and make them feel like what they have isn't good enough and it isn't worth anything. That's how I was made to feel. That's how I know it's real. By my own family members. Oh, you're not taking care of yourself. Why? Because I have a husband who's taking care of me and I don't have to go out and work. I'm at home with my kids every day. I can get my kids off to school. I can, fix them breakfast and I can help them with their homework and I don't have to worry about going out trying to make the money to pay the rent and pay the light bills and pay all this stuff. I can just relax and be at home with my kids and raise my kids and not worry about their well-being of somebody taking advantage of them or having to send them to the daycare and all of this. Oh, but that's not rewarding. That's not anything. I need to be out here working and taking care of myself. This is the lie that they tell you. This is a lie. And it confused me. I ain't gonna lie, back then, which caused a little issues in our marriage early on. Cause it's like, I'm like fighting between whether this is what I should be doing and whether I should be happy with doing this based off of what family members are telling me. Maybe I should put the kids in daycare. Maybe I need to get up and go back to work when it wasn't feasible and it wasn't necessary because like my husband told me at the time, look, hey, you don't need a daycare. It will cost more putting the kids in daycare and you going to work when you don't have to do that. So, it's the little seeds that they put in your head to try to make you think that what you have isn't good enough and what you have is just not good. All the while finding out that these very people who are telling me that are mad because they never had the opportunity to be at home and raise their kids. They had to work. They never had husbands. They never had husbands who took care of them and allowed them to be at home. They didn't have it. So they secretly hated it and was trying to sabotage my situation by making me think that this is not what it's supposed to be. So I understand self-sabotage. I understand this whole sisterhood, and even in your family, these family members secretly hate on you and secretly are jealous of your situation because they never had it. So this is why I don't fool with the sisterhood. I don't fool with these self-sabotaging women because they will try to convince you to leave your situation, try to convince you that what you have, girl, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. Hell to the no, So this is why I tell women, listen, don't let your girlfriends try to talk you out of a good situation because they mad because they don't have it. Don't listen to these lying heifers who are just jealous that they can't get what you have. They secretly want what you have and they'll try to talk you out of it. Been in that situation, been there, understand fully what it is and why you should not allow these angry, bitter women to try to mess you up. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I do not buy this whole scenario. A lot of these women are full of shit. I'm just saying. Thank you, Blue X's, for the super chat. Do not allow these women to mess up your situation if you have a good situation because they're just mad that they don't have it. So, that is not the way to go. So, yeah. So I just wanted to, kind of speak on that a little bit because, I don't believe that these women are just so happy and, just so stress-free and you're so great and everything is so great. That's a bunch of bullshit. They're trying to convince themselves the same way I talk about Tia Mowry, who is out here trying to, convince everybody that she's, this celebration and this graduation and I'm so happy and I'm on this journey to find myself. And oh my God, it's been such a rewarding idea that I left my husband of 10, 14 years. And oh my God, and my kids are just so great. And we can do things together and then walking around acting like you didn't break up your family for what? And then you're still out here on this journey to find love when you had love. It wasn't good enough. So you think you want more love and you're entitled to feel like you should have more love. And I want this. And they never are really specific about what it is they want that they didn't have. What is it that you are looking for that you didn't have from your husband, Corey? What are you looking for that you didn't get from Corey? What do you want? What do you want? You want him to be okay with you doing, what? IG posts and kind of low key putting your body out there because you think you're sexy. What is it? What is it that you're looking for that you didn't already have? And this is where you find them kind of bobbing and weaving over those questions because you don't even know. You don't know what you want. You just know you want something else. And this is where a lot of these women will find themselves hitting the wall, older, by themselves because what they're looking for, probably you already had it. And now it's going to be very difficult for you to get it again. You don't have as many options as you think you do. So this is why it's important to not get in your feelings and not think that the grass is always greener on the other side, thinking that you're going to get more than what you already had because that was the best that you were ever going to get. But they don't see that because it's a selfish nature. It's a selfish nature. It's a nature that makes you think that you're the best thing since sliced bread and not realizing you are an older version of yourself. You're not that 25-year-old woman anymore. You're not as desirable by men as you once was. And now you have kids. Men are looking at, oh, you walked away from your husband, your family. You have kids now. So that's another factor that men have to factor in. Another thing that they have to factor in, oh, she got 2 kids or 3 kids, whatever. Oh, okay. They might not want to deal with a woman who has kids and they don't have any. They want a woman who's the younger version of you with no kids because they're trying to build a family. And I think part of the reason why a lot of these women are struggling, the education makes them entitled. That's one. They're a lot older because they prioritize career and all of that first. So they're older. Some of them have kids. That's another factor that kind of run men away when it comes to building with the woman, because some of these men don't have kids and they want kids. So you already have kids. You're educated. You make a lot of money. You're entitled. I got to come in and match your money. Don't understand why. Because listen, if you make a lot of money, why what I make is so important? As long if I'm successful and I can contribute in that way, why does it have to be equal to what you have? That doesn't make any sense. And why I got to come in taking on all of the responsibility. And a lot of times you have kids, so I got to take on you, your kids, all of this. When you are successful too, what kind of relationship is that? On top of that, you're still confused trying to find yourself. So now he got to deal with your attitude, your mentality, your kids, your education, your entitlements, all of this stuff. So men are saying, hell nah, I'd rather go deal with a girl that works at Walmart or McDonald's because at least she's not going to be entitled. But they take that as, oh, you want a clueless young woman. No, maybe she's not as entitled and she's not going to give you a headache. And at least you'll have a little bit better chance of having some sanity and peace with this woman. She's not going to bring all this BS with her. And on top of that, if she ain't got kids, that's a plus. So that's what that's about. But once again, this is why these educated women, former 304s, are having a hard time out here. And now they're trying to justify the fact that they are single and trying to make us think they're so happy. So that's my thoughts on that. Darius, thank you for the super chat, says Melyssa Ford, Vivica, Lisa Ray, etc. put succinctly are damaged goods, empty containers, dead soldiers due to their choices, and is it licentious behavior? I mean, look, they were entitled. They still are. They're entitled. They think that their success, I need a man who's going to understand who I am and what I am and all this kind of, who you are is a old woman who was not successful in dating and relationships. That's just what it is. Your power, your perceived power, because I don't see the power. You haven't done anything that actually changed the world and the nation. You haven't done anything that would speak to you having power over anything. So it's not that, it's their perceived idea that they have some type of power. No, you're an entitled, spoiled person who couldn't make it when it comes to relationships and family. That's it. You've created a career for yourself, and some would even argue that your career is not where you would have wanted it to be. When these women were younger, they probably thought that they would be a lot further ahead than where they really are. If you think about it, I mean, you've worked all these years, and a lot of these women they're probably not as far as they thought they would be when they were in their 20s. So they were pushing for that. They were fighting to get to the top of the ladder financially and in their careers, and everything else suffered in the process. And this is why I say, listen, if you really want family and you really want all husbands and all this kind of stuff, that's what you need to prioritize first. Create your families, and especially if you have a man who is there and want to provide and protect and do all of that, that gives you the place to be able to sit down and build your family, and then you can always go back and work on your careers and develop things. There are a lot of people who become majorly successful in their older years. There are a lot of people who actually become millionaires when they're older, but they already have their family. So, it's just this idea, it's backwards. But if it's what floats your boat and you're truly happy with that, hey, I ain't mad at it. It's just my opinion. Thank you, Darius, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Ladell Jefferson, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Says, say it, DeeDee. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you so much. It's just a hot mess. But once again, to each his own. Listen, I am not trying to look. I'm just giving my perspective and my opinion. That's it. You can agree with it or you don't have to, but this is just my thoughts on why a lot of these women are in the positions that they're in, and this idea of trying to convince us that it's something else. I ain't getting it. Pharaoh, thank you for the super chat, says Megan Good wants to start self-respect woman trend. A self-respect woman trend? Thank you for the super chat, Pharaoh. Would it be a bad thing? I think a lot of these women need to learn self-respect. I'm just saying. I don't know. But yeah, so once again, listen, to each their own. Whatever you choose to do with your life, I just would love to see a little bit more of accountability and realness and honesty. A little bit more of you taking into account the choices that you made and how those choices affected your life. And I'm not saying every choice has to be negative. I'm not saying that, but I think far too often, the bad choices that we obviously see weren't good choices are glorified and made to look like, they were good choices. All of the bad choices are good, all of the good choices are good. Like that is unrealistic. You gotta understand that we all understand that being a hoe is not good. That's never good. It never has been good. That has never been something that people, aspire to be. Oh yeah, I'm aspiring to be the biggest hoe out here in life. No, that is not a good thing. But they glorify it and make it seem like that. And I just wish they would try to use their platforms and their experiences to educate young women and let them know that is not the route that you have to take. You can be a successful woman. You could have a career if that's what you want, but be honest with them about the way they should go about it. Because the way a lot of these women went about it, that wasn't the optimal way to achieve success, in my opinion. And that's not what you should be telling these young women. And I wouldn't tell my daughters, oh, go on the platform and look at Superhead and Melyssa Ford. These women were out here slinging that cooch all over the place back in the 90s. Don't follow them, listen to them. Hell to the no. You think that's what I want the examples to be for my daughters? Hell no. And so I just think we need to be realistic. It's like they try to skip over the real, what you really did, the choices you really made that were not really beneficial, and make it seem like now you didn't make those choices, or you made them and the outcome is I'm so great and I'm on top of the world. No, tell them what really happened. Tell them what you really been through. Tell them how you shouldn't make those choices. If you had to do it all over again, please, that's not the choices that you would make. I'm just saying. So these are not the people that should be influencing the next generation, because that would be doomsday, child. I'm just saying. Chavez Greenard, thank you for the super chat, says, I'm blessed to be married to a great woman. There's no way I want to be single at 43 and lamenting about it. Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. And I think, thank you, Chavez. I appreciate you. A lot of these women, once again, a lot of women don't like to take any accountability. It is like kryptonite. It hurts to tell the truth. Thank you, Chavez, once again. I appreciate you. Hate to be honest about what it really is. And I think that could hurt young women who are impressionable and don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, nah, that ain't it. This whole idea at 60 years old, tomorrow, I want somebody to take me shopping and do all this. Once that will never get out of my head since I've heard it. That's why I always say it. That and this celebration and the graduation, that's in my head is locked. Child, it's just one of those things that's keep haunting me every single day. A celebration, you tell me a divorce is a celebration and a graduation, and your kids are the result of that, and you move on. So I got my kids, basically you saying I got my kids out this ninja, now I'm out. Peace. Now I'm going to look for another man that love me and my kids. Like, make it make sense. You want a man at 60 years old to take you shopping, let me go shopping, take care of you, pay all the bills, but you're a successful actress. Why do you need anybody to pay your bills? You've worked all these years for this career to build yourself up to just now need somebody to take you shopping. You can't do it yourself. I don't understand it. Gray Wind says, why do Black women get angry and bitter when the men that they don't want choose Becky and Maria? Because they're selfish, Gray. They're selfish. You don't want them and you don't want nobody else to want them. It's a selfish mentality. You don't want them, so why they want them? Because you don't see the benefit of them, and you mad because somebody else sees some good in them. You don't see the good in them, but you mad because somebody else see them as good, because they know they're messing up. You know you screwing up, but you mad because you want to be right. You think you're right, and that's what bothers them. That's what bothers them. They could talk about divesting all day, baby. You could talk about divesting and go and get you a white man, and that don't even work out for them. All they do is wind up screwing. This lady, was talking about divesting with a white man. This man was living in a trailer park, baby, with a bug infested mattress. I don't know if you guys heard that story. And she goes with him, let him screw her on that bed bug infested mattress, and then he ends up just, that's all he wanted from her. He wanted to taste some of that chocolate, and that's it. Even they don't really want y'all like that. They just, you're just getting the same old same. But black men are at the worst and at the bottom. Then you go over to the worst of the other race of men and let them clap the cheeks, and you don't get nothing out of it. They ain't paying for these expensive meals and doing all this stuff that you say black men should be doing. Y'all go over there and get your cheeks clapped, and you don't get a goddamn thing out of it anyway. Otherwise, that's all you're doing. You just getting them cheeks clapped in all the races. And that's all you getting. You ain't getting no 5-star hotels and this and that. If anything, I thought that she said the man asked her for some money. You giving money, getting the cheeks clapped, and you leaving, and you ain't getting nothing out of that. And then he leave you alone and say, "Oh, I don't think this gonna work." And that's what you were looking for? Like, it's just a hot mess. They're selfish. Thank you, Gray, for the super chat. They're selfish, entitled, single, lonely, bitter, and don't know which way to turn. Pharaoh says foreign feminism is equal. USA is entitled rights. Thank you for that, Pharaoh. I appreciate you. J-Dub says, for the Breaking the Sweat fund. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Baby, listen, it's just a hot mess. It is. It really is, child. And I think they know. They know, but they hate to acknowledge it. Darius Coleman says, don't nobody compete with new/unknown. Don't nobody compete with new/unknown to most women. Thank you, Darius, once again for the super chat. You know, and once again, you know, there's so many ways that I could point out how black women in particular, are very selfish and entitled. And talking about competing, they don't want to compete. They don't want to do anything. They just think you're supposed to take them as they are. Like I said yesterday, take me as I am, 400 pounds and all. You know, let me eat my seafood boiled in peace. And if you don't like it, well, you can keep it moving because I don't need you, you know, because I can pay my own rent. Well, keep paying your own rent, baby, because you're going to have to. I hope you got your retirement fund set up. John Tell says, older women are like canned goods at the grocery store that's dented and has that red manager special sticker. Oh, my God. I'll pay full price for a different can. Thank you so much, Chantel, for the super chat. That was an interesting take on it. Thank you. Yeah, it's, you know, it is what it is. Blue Exodus, thank you for the super chat, says, as much as some black women lie and say black men only like light-skinned women, notice all these famous light-skinned women are single past 45, no children. Yet look at Denzel, Sam Jackson, wife, also Angela Bassett and Viola Davis. Right. And, you know, to point out those particular women, think about it. Thank you for the super chat, Blue Exodus. I appreciate you so much. These women are with men, and I think in these cases, they make more than their husbands. And Viola Davis's husband is an actor, I think, as well. But if I'm not mistaken, she makes more than him. And Denzel, you know, of course, his wife, they've been together for years. You know, Angela Bassett and her husband, they both make good money. If I'm not mistaken, I think she makes more, but I don't know. The focus is not, you know, I really think a lot of women are very selective in what they want to say and the examples that they use. Because if you look at these examples of successful women, they're still, and successful men, they are married. They're all married. These women are very successful, but they're still able to get husbands. And it doesn't seem like they're worried about how he makes less and all of this foolishness, because it's foolishness. If you are looking for love and you're looking for commitment and you're looking for a family, all of this other stuff goes out the door. I always say, you know, it's like it's one extreme on the opposite end. Oh, you got to make all this money, or, you know, you're thinking they're completely broke. Because once again, I say this too, broke is subjective to who you're talking to. A lot of women always say they don't want a broke man, but they don't believe a 9 to 5 is good enough. When I think of broke, and I said this before, I'm thinking of broke. You have nothing to your name. You're not trying to get it. You don't have nothing. But they're calling men who are out here working hard every single day, making a living, taking care of themselves. They're calling them broke because you want, and then if you look at the women who are calling men broke, they're broke too. I'll never forget it when Queen of Accountability called out this woman on Instagram, where this woman was saying she could never date a broke man. She could never date a broke man. Queen of Accountability looked her up. Here she working at Dollar General. You're working at Dollar General and you say you won't date a broke man? Ma'am, you ain't making no 6-figure salary at Dollar General. You're probably making minimum wage. Then she want to say, oh, I'm a manager. The managers probably only make $9 or $10 an hour. So you are not in a position to be talking about somebody that's broke when you're broke yourself. This is the entitlement that a lot of women have, and they hate to accept the truth. So it has to be more than just finances when you're looking for stability in relationships. You know, talk about struggle, love. Lord, you're struggling by yourself, baby, without the love. You're giving your vagina to men who ain't got to give you a goddamn turkey sandwich. You don't care about money and all that when it's a guy that's you're attracted to, and you know you go over and throw that coochie on him and no problem. He ain't got to give you a slice of bread. And then you keep on moving. Then next thing you know, you're pregnant. And you ain't trying to get child support because he can't give you none. And you gonna carry that baby and you're gonna take care of it by yourself and then complain about all men. So it's a double standard for sure, and it's a bunch of BS going on, and it needs to be called out. Thank you, Blue Exodus, once again for your support. JoJo says they definitely mess with the worst men of other races because the women won't let them come take their best men. Exactly, and the best men they don't even qualify for it, JoJo. A lot of these women talk about the bottom of the barrel for men, but a lot of them are the bottom of the barrel. You know you don't qualify for the best men in any race. Because these men who have options and make all this money, they're not checking for you and your three baby daddies. 3 kids with 3 baby daddies. They're not checking for you. And that's the thing. They're not checking for you with all this fat on you and all this, big stomachs and big backs and just everything big. They're not even checking for you with all of that. They don't want that. You're not their first pick. You're not their first option. And then you want them to take care of you and all of this kind of stuff. No, they're going for the best option that they can get, or none at all. So it's a bunch of BS. Thank you for the super chat once again. What's going on? What the hell? What's going on? How are you? Says there is a movie on Tubi based on this subject. I'm pretty sure, and they make a lot of movies on this, and they still don't get it. They still don't get it. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, Louie. Thank you so much for being here. So, yeah, it's just a mess. And once again, these women hate to accept the fact that they made bad choices. They chose the wrong men. They didn't do what they're supposed to do. And now these are the consequences of it. That's all. We all have consequences. There are consequences in every choice that you make. And if you can respect, and accept the fact that you messed up or you made some poor choices and move on to your life, that's all it is. You don't have to die and not live your life because you made poor choices. Just accept them because it'll be a better for you. At the end of the day, it'll be better for you to continue to live your life as best you can by being accountable and not being delusional and still trying to figure out what happened. You know what happened. You made the choices and you made the poor choices, and these are the consequences of it. That's it. Rahima Muhammad says, Billy D. Williams said it best. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with. I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Thank you, Rahima, for the super chat. I agree. I just personally don't think I couldn't imagine at this age being by myself. I cringe at it. Knowing how my children make me laugh and the crazy stuff they say, my husband and all of that, I couldn't imagine it. I really couldn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's more to life than just money. And when you get the money, you realize that. A lot of times people don't see it when they don't have the finances. Like when you're broke, for real broke, and you don't have nothing, your focus is money, right? Your focus is getting to the bag, getting the money. And when you finally get to the money and you look over and you're like, well, damn, it's not what I thought it was going to be. Taraji P. Henson, she's another one. But at least she gave a little bit of accountability in there. She actually said she thought it was the money at one point. She thought it was the man. And she thought it was this. And then when she got all of that, she still found herself depressed, thinking about taking herself out. There's so many examples of this, and I think people don't want to focus on that because it becomes hurtful to them. The hurt and the pain starts to settle in. They can't continue to just put a mask over it. You got to really look in the mirror and look at yourself and look at your choices, because nobody made you choose these things but you. And you really got to self-examine and really accept the fact that you were either sold a bit of goods, or you believe that and you bought into it, and now you're on the other side of it and it's not what you thought it was going to be. And it's like therapy. You gotta look at it, and you gotta go through the hurt and the pain, and you gotta accept it, and to get to the other side where you can truly be happy with your life. Because as long as you're in denial, as long as you're trying to put a Band-Aid over and try to convince yourself otherwise, that you just made all the great choices and you're just happy with it's a lie. It's a lie. Thank you once again, Rahima. I appreciate you for the super chat and for the support. It becomes a lie, and convincing yourself otherwise is going to continuously keep you miserable and bitter. Say shopping in your old Vivica voice. Take me shopping. That's how she sound. Why is it? I hope my voice don't get like that when I'm in my 50s. Hell, I want someone to take me shopping. I want them to understand who I am and what I am, and not be intimidated by what? I don't understand. Why, Mac? Thank you so much for the super chat. I mean, it's like, what happens? Did a throat box get inflamed? I don't know. I ain't trying to be mad, because we all got an age, child. You don't know what old age is going to bring you. Thank you, Why, Mac, for the super chat. I mean, I want someone to take me shopping, who will let me go shopping. Shopping? That's how she sound. Take me shopping and understand who I am and what I am. Who are you? Because if they really look at who you are and what you are, they're going to probably run the opposite direction. And most men are not looking to be with a woman who is 60 years old with a big neck and that voice. I'm just saying, I'm just saying they're looking for something younger, more attractive. Vivica was attractive when she was younger. I'm not trying to take anything from her. I like movies that she's been in and everything, but I think a lot of these women are successful, but in their business and their careers, but they're unsuccessful when it comes to relationships and family. And that ultimately is the thing that they end up looking for as they age. So that's why I say you can't wait till you're old and look for that. You got to prioritize that young and then focus on other things that you want to do as you get older. That way you already have the family established, you already have the husband established, and you can always take up hobbies or do things, but they don't see it like that. They're like, look, if I'm trying to be in this career, I got to strike while I'm young. And I get it. I get the business is not favorable to older women. A lot of women struggle as they get older when it comes to that business, but think about it. If you don't prioritize family when you're young, because that is not favorable to you as you get older also. So which one do you want the most? And I say this, you can have both, but not at the same time. So why is it that when it comes to Black women, a lot of women think that they can't have both? You don't think that you got, because once again, you want to be able to throw that cooch all around. You got a husband and kids. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't be a hoe and try to hold your way to the top, or you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that with a bunch of kids and a husband. You can't do it. So that's part of the reason why they don't want marriage when they're young, because they know they want to use that body in order to try to get to the top. And then you end up not really getting fully to the top. You get somewhere in the middle, maybe on the lower middle end at the end. And now you're not as successful as you thought you were going to be. And you don't have the family either. So now you just end up with nothing, basically. And money is not going to suffice. That's it. You worked hard for money. You got some money. You got some success, but you don't have all the money in the world, and you don't have all the success in the world either. And you're not even successful when it comes to family and relationships. So is it really a win? That's the big question. Is it really a win-win situation? In my opinion, it is not. It is not. And to any young woman watching, that is not the route that you want to go. Prioritize a man and family when you're young. If you want to go to college, you can still do that. You can still do that. You know what I'm saying? I went to college. got a degree, and don't even use the dang thing, and that's, money that I have to pay back, and I don't even use it. So, but if that's something you feel you need to do to feel good about yourself, okay, if that's what you want to do, that's you. Go do it. But why? But you could do that and still have a husband and still raise a family, because I did it. I did it. There's ways to do it now. We're not in the old days where it seemed impossible, and they did more then. They, black people did more when it seemed less feasible. But now we're in this day and age of social media. You can go to school many different types of ways. I mean, you can still make money. You can work online. There's ways to do everything that you want if it's truly what you want to do. But a lot of these women secretly just want to be hoes. Let's just be honest. You want to be hoes, and you don't want to really just say it that way because it doesn't look good. You want to be hoes. You want to go ride this one, that one, and that one, and men with money to see if you're gonna luck up and get something out of it. I don't know what, but all you end up getting is being washed up, ran through, tired, old, and by yourself. That's just it. That's what that lifestyle gets you: being ran through, undesirable, old, and lonely, by yourself, still trying to figure out life and trying to find your value and your worthiness, and trying to understand what you're going to do now. That's all you get out of that. So that doesn't sound like a pleasing and successful way to go, in my opinion. And just the fact, I got more money than you. Okay, who cares? It ain't no goddamn it ain't no competition of who got more money. Your money is not going to be the solution to your happiness. And that's what they're realizing. Your money is not the solution to your happiness. So you need to, if you want more, you got to do better. That's all. That's all. So, that's my take on these old broads who hit the wall trying to convince everybody that they're so happy. Is a bunch of bullshit, in my opinion. And I can't be sold on that. That's just my thoughts. Classy Perspective, what's going on? Thank you so much for the super chat and for being here. Most beautiful 9s and 10s don't get rich husbands. They usually age their beauty out and pass away. That's the curse of beauty. So let me read that again. Most beautiful 9s and 10s don't get rich husbands. They usually age their beauty out and pass away. That's the curse of beauty. Thank you for the super chat, Classic Perspective. And the funny thing, when people say 9s and 10s, I guess that's the top of the most attractive women. A lot of those women don't even see themselves as attractive like that. You'll be surprised how many women who are conventionally beautiful, who are deemed 9 and 10s by society. A lot of them are very insecure. A lot of them are don't really see themselves as beautiful. You'll find some of the most beautiful women say, "I don't think I'm all that." That they don't think that they're all that. That's what you typically find. You know what I mean? So they're not even, thank you once again, Classic Perspective, for the super chat. I appreciate you. You'll find that a lot of beautiful women really don't think that highly of themselves. They won't tell you, but they'll say it, but not broadly. They don't even think that they're all that. And it's the booger wolves who walk around with this attitude and elitist mindset and think that they're everything since sliced bread. It's the less attractive women, in some cases, not all, where some of them even have the most confidence. They'll walk up to you and ask you for your number in a heartbeat, baby. And they swear they're 9s and 10s. But you looking at them like, ooh, I ain't really into her. But she have the confidence, and she done made herself believe that she's a 9 or a 10. You would be surprised how the less attractive women really will come, they will really have the confidence and the mentality and to think that they're everything since sliced bread. I'm just saying. So it's backwards. Everything is backwards. But yeah, the most beautiful women aren't the most confident ones. I'm just saying. And, but then you have some, so it's not 100% of them, but a lot of them are that way, just saying. And this is why you'll see beautiful women with guys who are not, the most attractive men, but a lot of times, because honestly, a lot of times women, don't look at men in that way. A lot of women don't a man that you might think is not that attractive could be attractive to the most beautiful women. The most beautiful women you see out here are not with the most aesthetically pleasing looking guys. The guys, based on societal standards. But because I honestly don't remember. I remember a time when most women didn't care about the looks of the man like that. If he was a good dude and she was attracted to him and he treated her right, you see them together. But now everybody's focused on looks and all these things and not focused on the things that really matter, which is why they're in the positions that they're in right now. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, please. We got 253 in the building, 185 likes. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Go ahead and hit the like button. So, yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy out here in these streets, but we're going to move on. So I got another clip for you guys. Now, this comes from, what are their names? I can't remember. Lord have mercy. I'm going to go ahead and pull up this other, this clip comes from Daily Wrap-Up Crew. Shout out to them and their podcast, you guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So this comes from Daily Wrap-Up Crew. Let's go ahead and chime in on this particular clip. I want to know your thoughts on this one. Here it is.
Cooking and cleaning. Y'all not traditional, but y'all want a man to milk the cow and shit. Get the fuck out of here.
If I'm getting pulled over on the side of the road, right? I have a flat and I'm with a man. He doesn't know how.
I can call somebody. I'm paying for it. Don't worry about my bread. I'm not getting my clothes dirty. I'm gonna pay somebody. That doesn't make me less of a man because I'm gonna throw my hands when a nigga try to touch you. I'm not gonna have no nigga touch you or disrespect you. You compare my manhood to a fucking tire?
Because he can't do a job that men are trained to do. He's not a man.
What are the...
Now, before we proceed with this clip, let me know in the chat, if a man cannot change a tire, do you think that he's less of a man for not being able to do that, but he could call somebody to come out and fix it? Do you think that because a man cannot change a tire, that should be, his whole manhood, just throw it away? What's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on that? I want to hear what you guys say. Blue Exodus says, hit the like button for the Booger Wolves, LOL. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. That just slipped out, y'all. My bad. So, yeah, do you think that a man is not a man because he can't change a tire, but he has the resources to call somebody to fix it? What do you think? Because I want to get that answer first, but let's go ahead and continue.
New men being raised to do. So if you can't change a tire, you can't build a house. Where are you going to teach your son?
I'm not going to waste my 3 hours mowing my lawn and all my acres of land. I'm going to pay somebody to do it. Am I less of a man?
Question. If I pay a chef to cook, am I less of a woman?
Huh?
If I'm paying a chef to cook, am I less of a woman?
Double standards, though.
How is it a double standard?
And put up a fireplace. Why can't we pay?
Why can't I pay to do something?
Listen. I just gave you an example how I can still protect you, how you're still safe, how you still got a home, all this other shit. And the one shit you're supposed to do in the home, you complaining.
She's supposed to
women don't want to watch the kids no more. They want nannies watching the kids. Women don't want to no more. They want a chef. And they want the nigga to still be paying for everything.
I feel like your woman wants to go and hire a chef. She is not less of a woman for that. She's just taking the day off.
She's not less of a woman, but I told my woman to cook. She gonna cook. You guys was the one questioning a man over a fucking tire.
All right. So what's your thoughts on that? He was very passionate, and baby, did they come for him in the comments. And I want to pull up the comments on that particular video as well, because they came for the brother. Trying to equate the fact that if he can't change a tire, then he's less of a man in some type of way. And I want to get your thoughts on that, because they're trying to equate that to women not cooking. And honestly, look, you can learn how to cook, you can learn how to change a tire, but if he's the man and he's providing and protecting and doing all of these things, if he can't change a tire And that's not, that's not detrimental to his manhood or the relationship. I think cooking is a whole nother ordeal. As the woman, if you want a man to come to the table and provide and protect and do all these things, and you're at the home, you should be able to cook something. Learn how to cook something. Even if you don't have to be a world-renowned chef, but to cook something. And the idea of getting a chef, well, who's going to pay for it? Because guess what? You're not going to come out of your pocket. Now, if you're the woman, I will say this. If you want to pay for it yourself, then you go ahead and do it to make sure he got a good meal. If you want to pay for a chef to fix his favorite meal here and there or whatever, and you paying for it, then go ahead and do it. And as long as it's not taken away from the financial fund of the household and you got extra money and you want to pay for that, then go ahead and do it. But the problem with that is they don't want to pay for nothing. You want him to provide a chef, a nanny, a maid. These women want to pay for somebody else to come in and do all the things that they should be doing as the woman of the house. That's the difference. And they don't want to pay for it. They want him to pay for it. Why would he have to go out and pay for a chef and all these things and you're just supposed to sit there and do what? As a woman of the house. So I get where he was coming from. And a lot of women try to use certain things to try to, bring up or try to discredit, a man's role and what he should be able to do. But they don't ever want to talk about their roles and what they should be doing. There's always some type of excuse for men and why men should be doing this, building houses. We know men aren't getting out here building houses from brick to brick or wood to wood. They're not out here. That's not how you do it. You pay somebody to do that, right? When you go to build a house, there are trained people who are trained and knowing how to build houses, and you pay somebody to do that. And honestly, a lot of these women want rich men and all these celebrity. You want that type of lifestyle. You think them niggas out here changing their own tires? No, they're not. They're on the phone calling somebody to change it. They're not out here doing. Even if they know how, they're calling somebody to do it. My thing is, I don't care how you get it done as long as you get it done. If you don't want to change the tire, even if you know how, you call somebody up quick. They come out, flip it, get it done. It's done. That's all that matters. Hell, if you as the woman want to pay a chef to fix a meal, you pay the chef, get it done. Does he come home and there's food there? Who cares how you get it done? But to expect him to pay for all of that out of his pocket and do all of that, and you don't have to do anything, that's where the problems come into me. I'm just saying. He got a little bit of backlash from this. I don't know let me see if I could read this. Baby, they tried to come for the man. One woman said, this isn't going to age well. The women are correct in this debate. The man is wrong. Was backed into the corner by logic and started to wild out. I don't want to get my clothes dirty is a quite feminine thing to say. If men behave this way, you'll lose respect. That's what one person said. Somebody else said, there is no reason that a grown ass man cannot know how to change a tire. Ninja said, I'm not getting my clothes dirty. Yeah, I'm done. Somebody else said, there are women that can change tires and oil. He's a cornball. He needs a man. Somebody else says, and people want to know why women are staying single. That's not why y'all single. Come on now. Y'all single because y'all done man. And you don't want to act like one. You want to act like one in certain ways. That ain't why you single. And then somebody else says, why is he louder than the women? Now, because he's speaking and he's passionate about what he's saying, just like women say they're passionate about when they're loud and combative, and I just think, a lot of these women just trying to find some kind of way to remove accountability. They're trying to find some kind of way to remove the accountability on their parts. You want to point out everything about a man. What's the reason why a lot of women can't cook? Okay, if you want masculine providers and protectors, then why can't y'all be feminine, fit, cooperative women? Why y'all don't know how to cook? If he don't know how to change a tire, why you don't know how to cook? Why you got to pay somebody to cook then? Why you don't know how to clean your house? Why you don't know how to take care of kids? Why you not nurturing? Why you not loving to a man? Why you don't know what the role of a woman is supposed to be in a household? Why you don't know these things? Probably the same reason why he may not know how to change that tire. Why? Because y'all all were raised by single mothers who didn't teach y'all jack-ish. And if the fathers weren't in the household, then there was no father to teach him how to change a tire. There was no father to teach you about men, There was nobody, even your mothers didn't teach you how to be a woman. She told you to be masculine and aggressive and that you don't need a man. So if you want to complain about him not knowing how to fix a tire, then you need to be complaining up to your mothers as to why you don't know how to cook and why you don't know how to be feminine and why you don't know how to be a cooperative woman or a wife, why you weren't raised and taught how to be a wife. It's probably the same for the same reasons, because y'all were raised by single ghetto women who didn't know the role of a woman and didn't understand men. So don't get mad at men, get mad at your mamas, because your mamas are the ones who didn't give you the tools that are needed in order for you to build successful relationships with men. That's the real gag that they don't want to accept. Okay. So if he don't know him, I could accept him not knowing how to fix a tire, but if he's a provider and he's a protector and he's a good guy and he's doing everything else that he's supposed to do, who cares if you know how to fix a tire? If you're going to call the tire repair man and fix it, I don't give a damn long as it gets done, long as he's handling his business. But on the other hand, I think the lack thereof of a bunch of women who don't know what it means to be a wife and how to be a wife and all that, I think that is more detrimental to a relationship than him not knowing how to fix a tire. Hey, he may not know how to change a carburetor. You know, back in the day, Uncle Joe get under the hood, I'll change that carburetor. He might not know how to do that. So that means he's less of a man because he's not a mechanic. Come on now. Y'all be reaching. They be reaching, in my opinion. So if he's not a mechanic, that makes him less of a man. He didn't go to school to be a mechanic. You don't need to go to school to cook. You can learn. You get a cookbook. How many women have a cookbook? How many of y'all learn how to make dishes? How you go on YouTube and look up the cooking channels. There are lots of them, and learn how to cook a dish, because you don't want to do that. They just find every reason to try to discredit the men for your lack, for the fact that you don't have the tools that you need to have in order to be a wife. Most women were not taught how to be wives. And a lot of men were not taught how to be husbands. But there's one thing that's common that men all understand is if you want a good woman, you got to be a protector and a provider. You have to be able to provide for a family that you want. That they already know that. But these women don't know their role as wives in the household. And that is the problem. All y'all trying to do is get to the bag, and that's just it. And that's why y'all are by yourselves. That's all. That's just it. That's just it. New sub, DeeDee, have heard of you. We need more women like you who cook it up right in these conversations. Thank you. I appreciate you so much for being here. And thank you so much for supporting the channel and subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you. So, yeah, you can't, I don't think they didn't win that argument. No, y'all don't know how to cook because you don't want to cook. You were not taught. And it's a whole lot of things you were not taught. So no. Y'all got to do better. That's all. And they don't want to, because it telling a woman to do better is makes her mad, because it means that you're lacking something. And they all want to believe that they are the best thing since sliced bread. So the fact that you're not the best thing since sliced bread and you can stand to learn a few things pisses them off. That's why they call it bashing, oh, you're bashing black women. No, we're holding you accountable, baby. We're trying to tell you that just because you're a black woman don't mean that you're perfect and that you got it all together. That means you need some work to do, child, and you're nowhere near where you need to be if you're trying to be somebody's wife, or even just trying to be in a relationship. And a lot of these women aren't good mothers. Let's speak on that. They act like they're everything, and a lot of them aren't good mothers. They got a lot of deadbeat mamas out here. But, if you let them tell it, they're the best mothers ever. And that's just not true. Classist Perspective, thank you once again for the super chat, says they complain about cooking, but have no problem becoming a single mother. That's why they're mad at cooking with Kaya. Exactly. They had that girl banned because y'all can't stand to see up there twerking and cooking and saying you need to cook for your man, because if you don't, I will. They don't want to cook. Cooking takes them back, years and years. Thank you, Classic Perspective. I appreciate you. Cooking makes them seem weak, I guess. I don't understand, but y'all like to eat. You're big as a house. You like to eat. Why you don't want to learn how to cook? Now, and once again, this is not 100% of all women, because I know women who can cook and they're not big as a house. So y'all want to eat. Y'all want to eat everything out there, but you don't want to cook anything. So if you want to eat, you need to learn how to cook, honey, while working out too and not becoming a big bag. Because y'all big thighs, big legs, big butts, big chests, big backs, big necks, big head, big everything. So, why wouldn't you learn how to cook? You eat everything. You want to go to all these expensive restaurants and spend hundreds of. How could you sit and eat hundreds of dollars worth of food? Come on now. I couldn't imagine it. $300 and $400 worth of food. You want ribs or seafood boil. You want steaks. You want burgers. You want all of this shit, and you're gonna sit there and eat it all up in one serving. Like you want, and a man, he can't even order nothing because your plate and your side is so full. You want to sit there and gobble that up and just continue. And you want to do that every day. You just trying to be a big back on purpose. Dang, nah. And you want somebody else to pay for that? Hell no, I'm sorry. You would not eat. If I was a man, baby, they would go starve. They would starve. Because I take you at a restaurant, but baby, you ain't getting all that. I'll do like that man. That's a video of this man who had a limit on how much you can order. And he told her, and she was pissed. I don't know if it was a skit, but he certainly told her, baby, there's a limit. You can only order this amount. See, I probably wouldn't have had a problem with that. Okay, all right. Well, because I don't want that much anyway. But for the big backs, they're going to get highly pissed off. What you mean? And then, you got a big back and a big neck, your voice deepens, So they're like, what you mean? I can't order what I want. This is some bullshit. No, you ain't paying for it, ma'am. If you pay for yours, you can order what you want. And you can have the biggest back you want. Because if you want to eat like that and you paying for it, okay, he gonna sit back and watch you. Because I don't think a man should sit there and pay for $300 and $400 worth of food on a dinner date. Because you hungry. And either you ain't ate in days or this just how you eat. Or you eat like this on a daily. Are you kidding me? No. Classic Perspective says, if I change that tire on a date and get dirty, I'm canceling the date. Will they be happy then? Nope. They still won't be happy because ain't no pleasing these modern day women. They always gonna have a problem with something. And you can't have a problem with nothing. You gotta just accept their problems. No, you ain't gotta accept shit. Thank you, Classic Perspective. They'll trip. But anyway, once again, I gotta reiterate this because it's not all women. There are some good women out here. Most of the good women out here are already married and they don't think like this. But for the ones who do, y'all got to get y'all shit together, baby, because this ain't it. You hungry all day, every day, pay for your own food and we can solve that problem. Just saying. Narratives and dialogues. Thank you for the super chat. It says, thanks for touching on the fact that every man shouldn't be to a woman personal liking, as if her stamp of approval on says what a real man is. Right. I get what you're saying. Thank you, Narratives and Dialogues, for the super chat. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah. A lot of these women think that when they speak that people just automatically supposed to listen and take their. No, I just think, listen, I always say, thank you once again. I appreciate you, Narratives and Dialogues. A lot of these women, like I said, are entitled to what a man has, even though you don't want the man. They're entitled to a man's finances and whatever he has, but they don't really want him. If they could have it their way, if they could get a man who's willing to just pay their bills and pay for their lifestyle without having anything to do with him, they will. Because they're so used to being out in these streets, it's hard for them to settle down with one man anyway. You're going to have a difficult time finding a modern woman who's going to be loyal and committed to just you. They're so used to having all these open options, this one to call, this one for food, this one for this one for my rent. One man is not going to benefit them unless you're willing to allow them to just do what they want and you just pay for their bills, pay for their lifestyle, and you don't want nothing from them. Now, who's stupid enough to do that? And maybe she'll break you off once in a blue moon, but you're just, her sponsor. You're just there to give her what she wants because she's pretty. You can just admire her beauty from afar, but pay for all of her lifestyle while she go and screwing the guys she want to screw and living her best life. Who's anybody stupid enough to do that? You need to be got. I'm just saying. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know how to put NTAT. I don't know, NTAT channel says the big back, deep voice killing me. Nick Taylor. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Because, that's how I go. Hell. You know how bigger people, their voice, I don't know, the fat must get around their vocal cords. Is that a thing? Where it's kind of squeezes it and then it makes your voice heavy. I don't know if that's a thing. That's what it sounds like, though. And that's why I watch my neck, because I try to exercise my neck, and there's a little strap-on thing that you can put on your neck and your head, because I don't want the fat to get around my vocal cords. So when I get older, I won't talk like that. I'm just saying, I don't know if that's the thing. I don't know. That's what it sounds like. It's just your voice. And you know what? As we get older, our voices do deepen. I just don't want mine to get deeper, like that. I need someone to take me shopping, who understands who and what I am. I don't want to talk like that. So I'm going to pray to God and work on it now, I'm just saying. Let's move on. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, y'all. We got 250 people in the building, 225 likes. We're getting close. So make sure y'all are hitting the like button. Please hit the like button. So I want to put up another clip for you guys, which I thought was interesting. And then we're going to wrap this up in a little bit. Let's see. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up. I hope I can find it. Where is it, child? Hit the like button. So someone sent me this video to react to. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that. This video kind of caught me off guard. But of course, y'all know it's a Kendra G one. Y'all always send me the Kendra G videos, but I appreciate it because some of these I have not seen. And so it's good to share. Make sure you are hitting the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. Quantum Solace, thank you for the super chat, says the fact that they are wide all outside, this in itself should give them game regarding their nutrition not being up to par and should be cooking at home if they want to live a longer life. I agree. I 100% agree. I always think it's much more healthier to cook at home than to eat out all the time. Nothing wrong with eating out. I don't eat out a lot. I don't. Never have. But I've had moments because, we cook over here. I mean, I could cook. My husband could cook. My children could cook. So everybody knows how to cook for the most part. So we cook. That's just what it's been. And that's what everybody's used to. And we'll eat out occasionally, of course, like everybody else, but just every time, every day you eat out breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you never cook a healthy meal. Don't eat a vegetable whatsoever. Like never eat anything healthy. Just always out, fast food or just ordering out all the time. That's expensive and it's unhealthy. And they don't want to even talk about that. But they have so much to say about men and what men should do and this and that. When a man say, oh no, I don't want to, I want a woman that's more into fitness and a little more healthier. They look sideways. Thank you for the super chat, Quantum Solace. I appreciate you. They look sideways. So like, why are you worried about that? Well, why shouldn't he? If this is somebody that he's going to be with long term, he want to make sure that she's healthy and that she has the best chances of living longer and a longer, healthier life. But that's something a lot of women don't think about, you see. Women don't think long term. They don't think long term. You don't think of future and things of that nature. You're just looking at right now, And I think that's something they need to learn to do because they don't. They only think of what I want now. You're not thinking about the future. They could care less about that. Who worried about tomorrow? We worry about today. But today is today, and your future comes quicker than you think. Soon, your future is tomorrow. Like, you think you're 25 forever. You look around, you're 35. You look around, you're 45. You look around, you're 50, 60 if you live that long. So your future becomes your today faster than you think. This is why, once again, a lot of women think they have a lot of time and they really don't. And then when they get there, it's like, damn, I never would have thought at 45, I'd be single and childless. Why didn't you think that? It's because you don't think long term. You don't think about the future. And men do. A lot of men do. And that's the difference. They wonder why men thinking about this. Why you care about this? Why you care about that I got kids? Because you want this nigga to take care of them, huh? Don't you want him to come in and take care of you and your family? Y'all package deal? So why shouldn't he be worried about that? It's like, y'all, it's like your brain is distorted or something. You don't understand why a man will be concerned about you with your kids and your health and many other things. You don't understand that? He thinking long term. You thinking right now. And that's something women need to learn. Just saying. Let's go ahead and get into this clip, y'all.
Hello.
Hey Kendra, how are you?
Good. You ready, bro?
I actually am. Was putting some food on the stove, so let me
What
just
you
stop
cooking?
it.
Show us what you making.
Okay, let me show you what I was making. I have this chicken, then I have some vegetables here.
I'm so hungry. I can't eat
Nothing like important, but it's good enough.
Blue Exodus, thank you once again for the super chat. Says, I don't always feel like fixing stuff, but you should be able to know how to fix basic stuff. Exactly. You can look it up and learn. Same with cooking. Exactly. That's it. I mean, come on now. It's not that difficult. But they act like it's the hardest thing. Only listen, when people make simple things hard, it's because they want. The simple answer is they don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. That's it. Not that you can't. You don't want to. So I'd rather you just say, I don't want to do that. Stop trying to make excuses as to why you ain't doing it. Just say you don't want to do it. Because anything you don't want to do, you're gonna make excuses for not doing it. That's all it is. It's not like you can't. You don't want to. They don't want to cook. They don't want to clean. You know, that's why you want a man to make more money than you, because you want him to spend it all. You want to come in and get nannies and cooks and maids and all this so you can live this life of leisure off on his dime. And that's it. That's it. Thank you, Blue Exodus, for the super chat. I appreciate you. That's just it. You don't want to do it. Now, this woman is cooking. So let's see what's going on. She's looking for a man and she's cooking. So let's see what's happening here.
I guess. But before I lay down on my bed, may I do the Kendra cam first, if you don't mind?
The Kendra Kim. Oh, you want to do it? Want to get it out the way? Let's do it. I didn't even get your name, but you ready to do? You ready
it's
to show off that body? Let's see this body.
Coley Cole.
All right, hold on. There we go. Here's Coley Cole.
Whoop. You got on your booty shorts too? Whoop.
Yeah, my pajamas. Here's Coley Cole.
Okay. All right. They said that food look good. You going to bed?
Well, I wanted to sit down and relax and talk to you. I'm not gonna go to bed, but I'd rather just show you myself first. Since I made that video,
You made us all hungry. What kind of chicken was that? How'd you make it?
Well, this one is jerk. Okay, this one is jerk mixed with buffalo, so it's a jerk buffalo type flavor.
A jerk buffalo.
Yes, and this one's just regular, just grilled chicken. Nothing extravagant. And then you just have your.
Oh, you made 3 different types of chicken?
2 different types of chicken. This one is jerk and buffalo mixed together, and the other one's just regular grilled chicken. You know, I get it. Whatever. And then I'm not gonna pay attention to that. This is grilled vegetables. I did this on the grill, but this is just grilled vegetables right now.
Okay.
And then I have the rice on the stove, so it's just rice cooking at this point right now.
I'm hungry as hell. Where you live, girl? What's your name?
Boston, Massachusetts. And
that's
I'm
the
girl.
I hope you're gonna say South Side of Chicago. I'm about to have you a plate.
No, I'm the video girl that said, Kendra didn't pick me. That was me.
Ah, well, you here tonight.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Kendra. Mama, I made it, honey. I made it. Listen.
Let's get it. So,
all right.
okay, she lives in Boston. What's your name again?
My name's Nicole, but I go by Coley Cole.
Coley Cole,
Yes.
how old are you?
I'm 38. I have 3 children, 19, 18, and 11. I'm a widow. So I was once married. My husband was murdered.
Oh, wow.
Sorry,
so, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
When did that happen?
My husband was murdered in 2017.
Oh, wow.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay. All right. Did they go to jail?
One person, the other one, no.
Okay. All right. Well, we're sorry to hear that. When's your birthday, Coley Cole?
November. I'm a Scorpio.
You're a Scorpio. What do you do for a living?
I actually do hair. I braid and I make wigs, and then I also cater. I do treats and stuff like that. So if anyone goes to my page, you'll see my hair business and you'll see my treat business as well.
So far, I'm trying to see. Okay, so this video was sent to me. I'm trying to get to why they sent it to me. So far, I mean, she's not that bad. I mean, at least she was married. I'm assuming her kids are for her husband, and she knows how to cook. I mean, so far, I don't think she's that bad. I don't. But I want to get to the meat and the potatoes, because there must be something in here that whoever sent me this wanted me to see. But so far, I don't think she that bad. I'm just saying. I don't think she that bad. I mean, she could cook. She was married. She's a widow. Okay. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. Because So far, I actually don't see her as being that bad. Let's see what she's looking for, because that's when the delusional part comes in. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
Okay. So this is Coley Cole, 38, in Boston, Mass. A Scorpio, 3 children. She's a widow. Are your 3 children by your ex-husband?
Yes, ma'am.
That passed away? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And she does hair, and she's a caterer too. What kind of man you looking for, honey?
Someone that is consistent, someone that's honest, spiritual, but you don't have to go to church all the time. I just want someone to pray with me. If we have something wrong, we should be praying together. Not you going to someone else talking all that that foo stuff. I ain't got time for all that. We got an issue, you come to me. Or you go to the man upstairs. I don't got time for you trying to call no girl about me. Because she ain't me. Call me. So hygiene is important. I don't want anyone that smells. I'm not trying to be mean, but hygiene is very important. And I mean that very highly. Hygiene is important.
Okay.
I don't want a man either that doesn't spend time with their children. I don't mind a man having kids, but if you're not taking care of your kids, then there's no point of you being with me. Like, I don't respect that.
Okay.
What else? And a family man. Like, I don't want anyone acting like they're into family in reality that they're not, because I'm big on family. I want to meet your mom, your brothers and sisters. I want to interact with your fam, and that's what I want, family orientated. If that's not what they're about, I don't want it. And
I mean, that seems pretty reasonable. I mean, if you're going to be involved with the person, you want to get to know their family, who they, you want to build a relationship with not only them, but their family as well. Because family is important. So I don't, that's reasonable to me. Hygiene, I think that's reasonable as well, to want somebody who takes care of themselves, because that's what that means. You wash your crack, you wash your body, you make sure you smell good, you brush your teeth, wash your face. That's important. You won't walk around stinking all over the place, right? So I think hygiene is very important. So far, I think she's reasonable. I don't see anything wrong with what she says so far. I would have thought she was a little older than what she is. That's the only thing I noticed, but it could just be the hairstyle. But I don't see anything wrong with her look, honestly. She seems like a normal, average person. Nothing wrong with that. Swab_D. Thank you for the super chat. Says God bless you, D. Thank you so much. God bless you as well. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. So far I don't see too much wrong with her. I don't know what y'all thinking, but I don't see anything wrong so far. Let's continue.
And I'm goofy. So I like to dance and make videos. If that's not what it is, then I can't have you around me.
Okay. All right. What's some deal breakers for you?
Don't stink. Don't lie. Be consistent.
Have you dated a lot of men that smell bad?
Because she really focused.
I have dated. I've been around someone that smelled like fish. I guess that's bad.
Yeah, no one should ever smell like fish. That's always
like
bad.
It was a turn off. Like trying to get in the groove, trying to do your 1-2 or whatever, and you get down there trying to get someone some and it's like, whoa, what the hell's going on?
Wait, what
like,
did you just do?
Get some head, honey. Get some head.
You was giving him head?
Okay, the bad experience that I had was trying to do our adult thing, get some oral sex, get head, and then when I get down there, it smelled like fish. So I'm like, what the hell? So that's a problem. So I just cut all that off. And no offense, like if you're into someone and you really like them, I think oral sex is important in a relationship. My personal opinion. I also think eating ass is important too, to be honest with you. So just to put that out there to all my viewers, not to be mean, if you don't want to get
okay, there we go. Now that's where I draw the line. That's why I draw the line. Okay, do what you want. Okay, now I see why. Okay, baby, and TMI, like some shit you need to keep to yourself. What? Okay, I draw the line. Y'all know how I feel about that. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. Why? We ain't got to know. Lord, I was hungry. Now I'm not. Come on now. I don't need to hear about that. TMI. Okay, so girl. Okay, no wonder you concerned about them smelling good and being clean, because look what you're doing. why would you come on national TV? Because that's what social media is now. And tell somebody you like eating the groceries. Honey, that's where I draw the line. You're nasty. You're nasty. You're nasty as hell. And why would you tell people that? Keep some stuff don't need to be told. Keep it to your goddamn self, girl. That's where I draw the line. That's what it is. She seems decent. She could cook. But baby, there we go. It's always something. That's why I say you ain't gonna get everything. And to the man, he might be, whoever likes that, they'll be in her DMs. They'll be in her DMs. So any man who likes the groceries being eaten, they might be okay with that. But I'm just saying, that's why I draw the line, honey. I don't care what nobody say. That's why I draw the line. I ain't look. But if that's your thing, that's your thing. But I just think some things need to be left untold. Keep that to your goddamn self. You want to go in the man's booty hole and eat with your mouth? You nasty as hell. You nasty as hell. I'm sorry. I can't just fathom. I can't fathom the idea. I'm sorry. You know what comes out of there? That's why she like, oh, it smell like fish. I'm like, well, okay, so this you because you know what you'd like to do. Ooh, Lord. Let's continue.
Your ass eat. Do not hit me up, baby, okay? Because that's a requirement in my sexual life. Thank you. Anyway, so if that's the case, I don't know. Hygiene is important, honey.
We understand now. Now I understand. Kendra,
why are you laughing, Kendra?
Oh my God. Speechless.
Why are you laughing?
Oh.
I'm a Scorpio. We're freaks. And I'm not trying to say I want to do it all the time, but that's something I want to do. Like, I'm open-minded. So I'm okay. How about this? You meet the perfect guy, the perfect woman. She should be your porn star. He should be your porn star. Y'all should be able to do things openly and keep it spicy. Like, do some things.
Well, ma'am, you can keep it spicy, but it doesn't have to involve eating the groceries. I'm just saying, everybody got their way of keeping the spice, but that's where I don't give a damn what society we in. We could be in an alternate universe. It could be the most popular thing ever. Everybody and their mama could be claiming they like doing it, but baby, that's where you leave me out. Hell to the no. I don't give a damn if that's what you like or not. Nah, but to each his own. But I just think, I don't understand how people are comfortable coming out and saying that. Like, that's wow. Like, ma'am, that's something I would never tell. I would just keep it at keeping it spicy. I would never, but this is the new world. Everybody's open about what they do. I thought your bedroom stuff's supposed to be private. You're not supposed to let everybody know. Whatever you choose to do in the bedroom with your man is y'all business. It shouldn't be for the world to consume or know. Successful MD says she may have been smelling herself. Baby, because you getting Classy also says, well, Classy Perspective says that dude pooted in her face. Ooh, God, don't give me I'm not trying to have a visual of that. That's disgusting to me. But what's disgusting to me is the best thing ever to somebody else. Classy Perspective, child. Okay, so that, this is why they be having all these infections and things. Y'all be mixing the booty and all this and the vagina and all this together, and then y'all come up with something that ain't right because you're doing too much. You're doing too much, in my opinion. Narratives and Dialogue says, I hold male hygiene liable in the black male spaces. Thank you, Narrative and Dialogues, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Look, ooh, Lord. I said this before, that ain't for everybody. It appears that too many are over sexualized. Yeah, just normal. The normal thing ain't good enough anymore. You know what I'm saying? They got to go to the extra stuff. They got to try all kind of stuff, to get pleased nowadays. It's a lot going on. Neotech says, what's behind smells like flowers? What in the world? This went left super quick. I detected it, but she sounds like budget Nicki Minaj. Tacky, child. Thank you, Neotech, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Baby, it's a lot going on. People are open to doing all kinds of things. And I'm just saying, whatever you want to do, that's your business. But I would not be broadcasting it. I'm just saying. I would not be broadcasting it. Let's continue.
I had no idea when I said, have you dated? I thought you were going to say, Yes. Because the question was, have you dated men that didn't smell well? So I thought, yes,
Well,
we were at dinner and he was musty, or he picked me up and he didn't
someone
smell too
said no,
well.
child.
I didn't imagine the moment you were giving him head, you learned that he smelled like fish was gonna be the scenario. I had no idea. I wasn't.
I'm sorry, but that was a scenario. I'm sorry for the curve. I'm sorry for the curveball. But for someone in the comments that says ass eater, babe, I'm very content with what I do, sweetheart. Okay, it's part of sex, and if you're not comfortable in your sexuality, that's your business. You heard? Anywho, yes.
Okay, so okay. Ooh, child. Does the guy have to look a certain? Does the guy have to look a certain way?
I don't discriminate. So
Okay.
I just want someone that's actually taller than me because I'm 5'3". But I don't discriminate.
They want clarity, but I think this is a clear statement. You want to eat the guy's behind, correct?
Yes, I heard someone mention a female, a guy's behind. In other words, not all the time. I'm just saying in certain times of sexual activities, you want to get a little bit more freakier than usual. So when you're giving head, you can come down, they have the vein right there with the balls, lick on that, suck on that too, and then come down to the asshole and eat that out and snatch the soul real quick and come back on up. I'm not here to do all this to keep it a buck, but I'm just saying I don't need it all the time. It's just one.
Girl, with the too much. Do you, but please, let's just say you keep it to keeping it freaky. That's it. We don't need all the details. God damn, Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. And listen, trust me, I am not naive. I know that this stuff happens. Oh, trust me. But I'm always curious as to how men are comfortable with letting a woman do that. Are you real comfortable with your woman doing that? And maybe you are. I just be curious. I'm just a curious mind. Are you really comfortable with your woman and you got the smoking mountains coming out of there that you gonna take a big shit and she gonna put up you okay with that? Do you feel emasculated if your woman opens your asshole up and put her face in there? Like, you okay with that? I'm just saying. Because I hear the men who do it. I hear the men who say they do it, which I'm like, disgusting also. And just coming from the female's perspective, I know I wouldn't feel comfortable if my man put his face in my asshole. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. I wouldn't want him to do it. Because I know what comes out of there. And I know I find that disgusting. I know I wouldn't want him to do it. So I'm like curious as to, are the men really comfortable with the woman they love going in that direction? I'm just saying. Oh yeah, I mean, who does? Most men probably wouldn't even acknowledge it. I don't think y'all acknowledging that in this. If you ever had that done, let me know in the chat. And are you comfortable with that? I don't know if that's happened. Like, I'm just saying, how are people comfortable with that? It is what it is. Let's continue.
Once in a blue moon, let me have that. Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
I learned something new in my show every day. Coley Cole, does the guy have to make a certain amount of money?
I just want someone that's working and someone that's willing to grow and build as he goes on. So I'm not going to put a price tag on that, no. As long as he's consistent, working and stuff like that, and willing to build to make himself better, no.
Okay. And I mean, you probably hit it out. Well, let's continue. We already did the Kim scam. So when was your last relationship?
Honestly, my last relationship was my deceased husband. Okay. Like I have talked to other men between that, but nothing serious.
Okay. When was the last time you was intimate with someone?
In April.
In April. Okay. Is that guy? Do you want to get married again?
I do.
Oh, you do. Okay. Can the guy have kids already?
Yes, I have 3 kids. I would never say no.
Do you want more kids?
Honestly, I'm content what I have, but if I met a man, say a man came to my life and don't have any kids, I'm open to have children with him because that's not fair to shut that down, you know? Um, if a man wants to have kids, I'm open to that conversation. But I'm content with the 3, but I am open to the conversation.
Okay. What's the age range you would date?
So I'm 38, so I will go as low as 35 to 48.
35 to 48. And you mentioned he has to be a freak in the bedroom.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be. I don't want to be discussing on your page, you know. But realistically, yes. Like I felt like in certain circumstances, I guess we be content and we settle, and then you're not really happy. And I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna keep it a buck up front. If I'm not for you, I'm not for you. It is what it is.
All right. If she's not for you, she's not for you. All right. So Coley Cole, why do you think you're single?
I think I'm single because I haven't met the right person yet. And anyone I have came across, they're just not serious. They say they are, but reality is they're not. And I guess I'm just, if you're gonna speak, and I'm gonna hold you accountable what you're saying. So if you're not ready, you're not ready. That's why I'm really single right now. I haven't found anyone that's met my energy personally.
Okay. All right. And 35 to 48 is the age range you would date. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I don't want to say lucky. I think we'll be blessed to be with each other. We can build each other up and be there for each other mentally and physically. I think we'll be a great team together. I love family. I love to cook. I don't mind being submissive to the right man. And I don't mind doing, you know, the freaky things, obviously. I'm very open-minded to a lot of things in the bedroom because I think you should please your man. I sure can. You're the queen. Please him. So I think
Does everybody get this special treatment, or is it when you're in a relationship? Or
no. I really have to really I really have to feel you and really like be on the love level with you. Other than that, I'm not doing that. Like I people might think what I said is disgusting, but real talk, everyone don't get that. Like I don't feel like every female should get their pussy eaten if you're not in love with her or you're not serious with her. I don't feel every dude should get his dick sucked if you're not on that level with him personally. My personal opinion. I feel like your tongue game is precious. It's precious. And it should be earned. It shouldn't be an everyday thing someone does with someone just randomly. No.
Well, at least, you know, she don't give it to every man. Every man don't get it, you know. It's just the one she really serious about. So, baby, that's a good thing. She seems pretty reasonable with everything else. Now she might, you know, be able to find her match. She might be able to get a freak. Cause who's okay with that? I'm pretty sure. She could cook. She seems to be, you know, reasonable everywhere else. So maybe she'll find a man who can match her freak. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure they're out there. Quantum Solace says then they wonder why diseases are out the butt frame. Right. Nah, sister, the only thing touching my crack is toilet paper. This is an abomination. Oh, Lord. You know? Thank you, Quantum Solace. I appreciate you, brother. You know, and like I say, to each his own. I wouldn't, you know, that's something you would tell the person once you meeting them and talking to them personally. Don't put all that out on here, you know. Classic Perspective says, I respect her. I just don't need the exit area touched. Exactly. The exit area. Right. I'm just saying, I just can't get past, you know, what comes out of there. And, you know, that's it. I just, you know, it ain't for everybody for sure, you know, and, you know, I don't know. I get, you know, and I respect her too. You know, that's her choice. That's her thing. And if she can find somebody who's okay with that, they can do their thing off somewhere else. But once again, this is why you let everybody drink out of your cups and stuff, you know. This is why you don't let everybody eat off your plates. This is why you have to this is why you should have paper plates for the guests and paper cups for the guests, you know. You know, while you're, you know what I'm saying? Because you just don't know where people put in their mouth and where they put in their tongues and what they do. You know, you don't know what people do. So you really got to, you know, give people, you know, plastic throw away cups and plates and spoons and forks and stuff. I'm just saying. Just saying, because you don't know. You just don't, you never know what they doing with their mouth. And that's their business, but, you know, yeah, that would be the only time I would only want to know is so I can, but you just give the guest, and no disrespect, and now you give the guest that you don't know, you know, paper cups and stuff, and you can throw that in the trash. Just saying. Let's continue. Thank you, Classy Perspective, for the super chat. I appreciate you.
Ooh, child.
Thank you for saying that. Let me go check my rights. You're right about that. Thank you.
What happens? What did somebody say?
Someone said in the comments, you better go check your rights. And I'm like, thank you for saying that.
Oh, go check the rice. Oh, child, we done forgot.
I forgot all about the rice
you
too.
was the woman that had this wonderful food. I'm not eating at your house no more.
You don't say that. You come to
I
Boston,
don't want no more food. Fuck that. Keep the chicken. Keep the rice. I don't want nothing. Hell to the no. Nope. I don't want it. I know where I've been. I don't want it.
I agree. I just said, baby, nah, I don't want no food. And you know when you're cooking, you taste your food. No, baby, I don't want to smell no shit crumbs or anything. And you gotta brush your teeth and your tongue and the inside of your mouth, your throat. You gotta really clean that real good. I'm just saying, because sometimes that residue just don't go away. Just saying, you open your mouth and it's like, well, what happened? No, ma'am, Kendra. No. Oh, Lord. I don't know. I'm just ain't with it, but you know, that's her thing. That's her thing, baby. I ain't mad at her. Sad you can't shake hands in America anymore. Baby. You know, you do you, but it ain't for everybody, and everybody ain't got to accept it. You know, just do it from a distance. Child, baby.
Keep my plate. Keep it. You can eat it,
problem.
girl.
No problem.
That's what it was.
Let's do it.
Not it's so funny.
Girl, we done forgot. You done changed. I literally forgot you made this wonderful plate.
Me too, honestly. I got so caught up talking to you. And I'm excited that you picked me because I've been waiting. No, that was not canned veggie, sweetheart. No, it wasn't. To be honest, it was frozen. But okay.
Okay. But I will say this. You're a man's dream, potentially. I mean, you know how to cook. You like to be freaky in the bedroom. So,
you're not using any pencils.
For a guy, they can have a real good time together. All right, let's do it, boo. Give them your IG page.
It's That's Lovely. So DATSLOVELY.
Yes. DATSLOVELY. That's Lovely.
Yes.
DATSLOVELY. All right, fellas. 35 to 48. And he doesn't have to be in Boston, correct?
No, I don't mind. He's not in Boston.
All right. You keep me posted, baby.
I will. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you, Queen, for you to give us your energy. I don't think people know how much it takes for you to do this, and you have your own personal life.
Baby, yeah, it takes a lot to do any of this, and I mean, it's a lot. So shout out to Kendra. Hopefully this lady can find what she's looking for, but I think she felt a little bad at the end, you know, kind of. I really think you know, when you go on those shows and stuff, you don't have to give everybody every little detail. You just got to answer the questions, you know, in a basic roundabout way. You don't have to really come out and just say every little thing that you do. That's for you and the person that you end up talking to. So if you're talking to the person, you could tell that to them. That way they can make a decision whether, oh, yeah, I like that or I don't. You don't have to give every little detail of what you do in your life. Just give us, you know, the roundabout answers and be truthful, but you don't have to, all that didn't have to come out. You know, you could have left it at just freaky. That could have, you could have had an imagination about, you know, what type of freak she is. And then the man who's interested, he'll get to know all of this. We shouldn't have been privy to this. I'm just saying, you don't have to tell people everything, you know, exactly what you want and what you do. That's for that person. But I don't know, people feel like they got to just tell it all, you know, and that might, you know, open up her opportunities, or it might, you know, shut down some. I don't know. It depends on the man and what he wants and what he like. Because I don't think the man would want to publicize whether he liked that or not. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted it to be between y'all two. Everybody shouldn't be privy to what you do in the bedroom. I'm just saying. Quantum Solace, thank you for the super chat, says, goodbye, Doo-Doo Brown, baby. Baby. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you, Quantum Solace, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Baby, listen. It's just, you know, she overshared. Yes, she did. My sisters rock natural 3C hair like the host. Exactly. She doing too much. Ooh, baby, Lord. She got Dookie. What is that? Sim trails on her forehead. I don't know. Business said, I'm starving. I haven't kissed a single female in the mouth in years. Trucker D. Oh, wow. There, and probably wouldn't want to after this. These are her flaws. Can't keep her mouth shut. Immaturity, nasty, and irresponsible. Oh my God. I ain't gonna read that one. Lord have mercy, baby. Well, listen, to each his own. And that's what and then she loved. And my thing is this, and no shame to her, because I think she got some good qualities, but you know, she just want a freak in the bed. And I'm thinking she might find it. She might find it. We just never know. Other men wouldn't want us to know, you know, that he enjoys that. They don't want us to know that. But she probably she could cook. I mean, she's not bad looking. She probably found somebody. But I always wonder, what is it about that you doing that makes you like it? That's what I guess I'm trying to figure out. What makes you enjoy doing that? What is so good about it? What feeling do you get out of that? Just saying. Like what do you get? Why is that arousing to you? Is it arousing? Or I don't, you know, I'm just saying. While others look at it as something that's a turnoff, like it's nasty, to her it's like a good thing, and she loved doing, like you love doing it. And I just always wonder, why do you love doing that? There's other ways to please your man without having to go, but you know, just saying. Why does it have to be that? Anyway, I don't know. I guess I never will. But anyway, y'all, we're gonna wrap it up right here. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody who gave super chats and cash apps. Everybody who liked the stream. Everybody who's sharing it. Everybody who watched the videos. Make sure you watch the videos posted, y'all, and like them at least, and share them if you can. Also, continue to support by hitting that notification bell to notify when I upload new content. All that good stuff. Yeah. That's it. That's all I have. She says free Luigi, baby. Everybody agrees with that. What else? Support the channel, you guys, just watching and liking the videos. Also, if you want to support the channel in a different way, you can support by purchasing any of my merchandise, a t-shirt, a mug, or anything like that. The link is in the description if you're interested in doing that. But that is it. That is it for the stream. This was an interesting one. Thank y'all so much for being here once again. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will be back really, really soon. Thank y'all once again for the support and the love. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here and for supporting the channel. You have no idea how I appreciate you guys so much. So y'all be safe out here in these streets, y'all. And I will see you guys really, really soon. So I'm out of here. Y'all be blessed. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.